brother? Question mark, he said.
We'll open up with a stinger with a cliffhanger. Oh, man. Anyways, tell them who you are.
I am the marvelous Mike Dudley, joined as always by my younger brother and co-host,
MD3 Marcus Dudley checking in on you. What's going on out there in podcast land? Good to be back in the seat here at the offices of on South Tallahassee in the shadow of Doak Campbell Stadium, back at the old WBW podcast office studios.
Right. God
Man,
right.
It's been a fucking minute.
It has. Thankfully, we had a couple banks, so, you know.
I mean, we do all these in real time. The Monday before.
Oh, you're right. I'm sorry.
Yeah. It's like, Jimmy Kimmel Live. It's like one of those things.
Colbert Report.
All those, yeah. Yeah. So anyways, what's been up with you, man? How you been? It's been a while.
Been a while. Been working, man. Just, as always, we're gearing up into busy season, so, working at a country club, there's football games and wedding season is right around the corner, and after that we're going to get into Thanksgiving banquets and office parties and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So I am just gearing up to go get my ass kicked every day at work for about the next 3 to 4 months.
Sounds good.
Yep.
Sounds good. Yeah. Well, that's what's up. I don't really know how to say back to that, but
I mean, the good news is, hopefully it's going to be a fatter paycheck for me. So, dollar bills, y'all.
That's what's up.
Yeah. So, what you been up to, Eeyore?
Oh man, I've been stepping on jokes recently at work. People are like, Marcus, I'm kidding. I'm like, man, I don't know. I'm so fucking perpetually tired, bro. The lovely Angie bought a house down here in Tallahassee, and she moved.
What's the address?
It's 666 Yo Mama's Lane, Buck Nasty's Mama's Dishes house. No, but she moved down here, and so I flew up to Maryland and house sat for a while, and goat sat for a while, and dog sat for a while, and all the other stuff. But yeah, so then we drove goats and dogs down here. It's just been a nightmare, and work's been crazy. So I am like perpetually tired. I'm just getting back into town, and it's just been a nightmare. I'll slowly unravel some of the story, but yeah, I went up to house that she had bought a vacation to Portugal for her son who graduated the COVID year. So like the week before, it was 8 days before the movers came to help us move. She was in Portugal, so I was just like at the house by myself, being anxious about trying to get everything done in time. Like, she's gonna break up with me if I don't get all this stuff done. But it was my own head. It had nothing to do with her. And so then we jumped in the car and drove with goats and dogs and shit from Maryland to Tallahassee. So I've just been exhausted, man.
Yeah.
Dove right back into it at work. But I've been chipping away at watching a few things, and that's why I'm here with you back in the saddle. Is I need to know, my brother, what the $1 million question, what everybody wants to know is, what you been watching, my guy?
Oh man, since we last visited, I saw the movie Prey on the Hulu exclusive. It's basically a prequel / reimagining reboot of the Predator movie. Gotta say, man, it was really, really cool. It's a reimagining in the sense of, new setting, new character, new storyline, but it pretty much follows the exact same tropes and measures of the original Predator movie with Arnie Schwarzenegger.
Well, good.
Right? Yeah.
Good.
So I mean, it's. Do you want to see Predators versus, I think they're Apache or Comanche, or I don't remember. I'm sure I'm butchering this, and the woke police will come after me, but. It's really cool just seeing a version of the Predator that we kind of recognize, but it's not necessarily completely familiar in a new setting versus a new antagonist that has to outwit and outclass and defeat the world, the universe's most deadly predator. It's great. I have many, many good things to say about it. Only a few quips and qualms about it, but it's good and mindless fun. And I think it's only about 2 hours, pretty much on the nose.
That sounds perfect.
Yeah, you're in and out and you have fun.
It got a lot of love online. A lot of people, like, when it first dropped, were like, yo, it saved the franchise. And which, I mean, the last Shane Black movie, as much as I love Shane Black, was pretty bad. The one with Adrian Brody was okay.
Yeah.
But again, I don't care about the human element when it's like, what's his name from that 70s show?
Topher Grace.
Topher Grace is the bad guy, and he's a serial. Like, I don't care. Show predators ripping people's spines out. Like, I don't care. Like, and it was interesting enough, but like, but I hear this gets back to it. But I like the franchise as is. I always thought Predator was like, we used to play the arcade game, the Aliens vs Predator.
Oh yeah,
which was a dope arcade game, many quarters. I hope they do it in every setting. I hope they go to feudal Japan and fight samurai as the Predator, like the Wild West with cowboys and shit. Like, give me cowboys or aliens, but just Predator.
I thought about that. I would love to see a Predator movie set in like maybe the Civil War or like World War I or something like that, to where like literally the Predator drops down in between enemy lines and then is hunting both sides, and they both have to unite and like put their differences aside to fight the common enemy. I would love to see that, or in Roman times where like a Predator gets captured and then gets put into the arena, and then his fucking friends arrive to rescue him, and now all of a sudden we got to deal with like 8 Predators versus all of the Colosseum. Like, let's do it. Let's fucking do it.
I think Predator's whole thing, I don't know if they would have friends come get them, though. I mean, I don't know the lore of their history or their tradition. I mean, they don't really talk except for clicks or whatever.
Right.
But I would think that, like, the thrill of the hunt, it's like you either come back alive or you blow yourself up trying. Like, we're not coming for you. Like, otherwise you failed, you know? You bring back a trophy or that's it.
Maybe. Sure. So maybe that particular storyline doesn't work, but you see what I'm saying?
Give it to me in every time period. Yeah. Or give me a proper Aliens vs. Predator movie where Alien somehow sneaks onto the Predator homeworld, and then all of a sudden, before you know it, there's a forest full of aliens versus like 2 Predators. I don't need dialogue. I don't need any of that shit.
Now we're talking. Oh yeah, that would just be completely like kabuki theater. Just an absolute movie told through like movement and action. Like very, very silent film, like Akira Kurosawa or something like that.
Acid spewing aliens getting blown up like cannon fodder. I don't give a shit. Let's go.
Sir, I have $11 right now, and you just earned all of them.
Yeah, you're welcome. Some of that money's going to go to our lovely intro music, Kesta. Always bright. Forgot to plug you, but yeah. So save some of that money. If you ever hear him spinning on the radio somewhere, give him a big shout out from the Whatcha Been Watching family.
That's right.
The legions.
Always.
No, I've heard, really, like I said, to get back on track, though, I really did. I belong to a Facebook community that's really like geek-centric stuff, or genre-centric stuff. I think you're on there, too, but a lot of people on there whose opinions I don't respect at all. But there was a couple guys that I've known for a few years on there that they were like, yo, like that Prey movie, nothing to play with. What are the nitpicky things? Because to me, it's one of those, like, even if you go back to the first one, like, you can nitpick that and be like, Arnie's really going to do it by rubbing himself in mud and, you know.
Sure.
I almost expect there to be one of those moments in a Predator movie.
To be honest, I think that my biggest distraction throughout the whole movie is they use CGI animals. So like there's a bear chase scene, and like she has a dog with her, and sometimes it's very much like you can tell that it's a real live like in action dog, and then sometimes you can very, very much tell that it's a CGI dog, and like it's very distracting because those scenes happen so quickly between each other. Like from one cut to the next, it's like dog, fake dog, fake dog, fake dog, fake dog. And it's so distracting. I just wish that if they were going to spend the money on doing CGI animals, that you got to spend the money and just do it, because it's very noticeable. There's a bear chase scene, and the bear is about 90% CGI. You can tell that there's like maybe a handful of scenes where they were like, had a bear like stand up and roar, and they were just poking it with a stick full of honey or whatever. Like, be like, good boy, Barry, good boy.
A green screen tennis ball.
Yeah, exactly. And then one of my main problems was that they touted how they were going to do a original language. So again, I can't remember what the tribe was, but they said that they're going to do a version of the English version of the movie, and then they were going to do a version that was all in the native language.
Apocalypto style?
Apocalypto style, yes, very much. And so I was like, "Oh, I can't wait to see the native language version." And all it is just the English version with really, really bad ADR of the like First Nation language, and it is so horrible. And it's like it just reeks of the production company doing the bare minimum because they knew that they were going to catch flack for like, well, why is all the Native Americans speaking English? That's pretty fucked up. And they're like, okay, well, we're going to do a first language version as well, but not really. We're just going to ADR the shit out of it. And it's like this bare minimalism of like wokeism. Like either commit to the thing or just be like, listen, we put it in English because we wanted the most amount of people to go see the movie. And people tend to not read subtitles. So that's what we did.
Yeah, they're like, look, we're not as good as Mel Gibson. That's what we're saying.
Right.
All right, we can't make Apocalypto here.
Right.
That's why we're playing with Predator house money. All right? We know there's about $20 million with a built-in fan base. The rest, we're trying to attract them too. Jesus. Right. Give us a fucking break. Yeah, I get it, man. Whatever. At least they tried. They cast it. At least they didn't have a bunch of white dudes running around like, no offense, love the guy, but Johnny Depp style,
Sure.
Whatever. So.
Right.
Yeah.
And like I said, it is fun to see a Predator in a new setting that is unfamiliar. Set in, I think it's set in like 1760. Like
wild speculation here.
Sure.
I'm sorry, I just smelled it in the air. It was like 17. Whatever those last two numbers were, they were going to be wrong. Let's just get that out the way.
Listen, news and speculation. You decide.
Yeah. Sorry, I didn't mean to.
No, it's good.
I smelled it coming out. Whatever those last two numbers were, completely irrelevant.
They do kind of a weird thing of like they tie. You remember in Predator 2? I don't know if you remember this, but
Danny Glover said.
Danny Glover.
Put some respect on Danny Glover.
Yeah, Danny Glover.
He took him down solo dolo. It wasn't a team full of hunky men. It was Danny Gloves.
And also Gary Busey. Let us not forget.
Well, that's true. Okay. Still underrated performance of the week.
Danny Glover.
Danny Glover's.
Oh yeah. But at the end of that movie, you remember, like, he has all the different Predators show up, and then they hand him this fucking pistol from, like, 17...
Yeah. Yeah.
That pistol ties into this movie. Like, that's a thing that happens, is we find out the origin of that pistol.
Oh, snap.
Yeah,
Spoiler alert. I haven't seen it, but okay.
Yeah.
It's whatever. I'm going to go back and watch Predator 2 first now.
It's worth it.
Shout out to my homeboy Hoyt. He's a huge Predator fan. His name is Cat Dutch. And he was like, man, it's better than the first one. Test me on that. Which I take him as an authority.
We'll see. The first one is so memeable and so quotable. I can't do them because it's all just very horrendous homophobic language and racist comments, so I can't quote it
directly.
You can
just give us one good Arnie. You know you want to. It's boiling over.
He can't see me.
There you go. Okay. Michael, we scratch your itch for you. Go ahead and check that on your bingo box card. That was a pretty tame one, but...
Puts hair on your chest.
There you go.
Bunch of slack-jawed men.
Yeah, well... Anyways, pivoting out of that, Michael, I gave you the free one and you couldn't help yourself.
I know.
Going. Anyways, so cool. Pray, what's the review on it? How much face paint?
How much face paint? I was gonna give it 11 skulls and spines.
I can dig that. I like the number 11.
11 skulls and spines. Yep.
That's what's up.
So after that, let's see. What else have I been watching? Been watching She-Hulk.
Yeah, I saw the first 2 episodes. Dug it a lot. What'd you think, man?
Well, I've been talking for a minute, so tell me what you think.
I see. Michael says, bail me out.
No.
So I'm a little chippy. I'm tired, man. It's high energy. I'm trying to phone in high energy. But it's all love, man. You know that. I've just missed you, and we haven't given each other shit.
Right.
We usually air that out before the podcast, but anyways. No, She-Hulk, man, I really dug it. I really liked the first episode. I thought it was genuinely very funny. I like how they ended on Captain America fucks.
Right, yeah.
That was awesome.
Right.
She automatically becomes better than the Hulk at being a Hulk, which is fine.
In like the first episode.
Which is fine.
Yeah.
Like, I guess the one thing, like, and I know a lot of people shit on this, and there's a lot of feedback from it that I've just been reading here and there, where it's like people are review bombing it because they're tired of the woke culture, or like that they feel like they're forcing strong female characters on us.
Sure.
And to me, it's stupid. Like we were talking a little bit before the podcast, like Sarah Connor's like the baddest chick of all time.
Sure. Ellen Ripley is
like the queen, Sigourney Weaver's the queen of not give a fuck energy.
Yeah, Mila Jovovich in the entire Resident Evil series, And it's
ultimately, to me, what it boils down to is that I have no problem with a strong female lead. Like, it's not going to prevent me from seeing a movie. Like,
sure.
Ever. It never has it. I root for it. I guess the only time, and it doesn't even really hurt my feelings. It's not like, but it's when the women are strong at the expense of the men being fucking idiots or less than. It kind of gets a little bit like...
Like, what do you mean?
Like,
an example.
Like, either the men are just so egotistic, which does happen. I'm not saying it doesn't happen in real life, but where they just have to write the men as incompetent, and the woman just, therefore, because everyone else around her is so dumb, becomes the smartest person in the room.
Sure.
And like, I'm the smartest, which is fine. Like, I'm not saying that doesn't happen, but why Ellen Ripley and why Sarah Connor are the shit is because, I mean, she fought a fucking killing machine and won. Like, they threw life through the hardest possible curveball at her, and she came out victorious. Well, and even like Ripley, like, she was in this, they wrote it so well in Alien that it was like, the quick synopsis is, bunch of men tell a woman what to do. She doesn't listen. They all die. She succeeds.
Right.
Which is very much so the plot, but it's not written in a way that like, oh, these guys are idiots. Like, they're astronauts. And she overcame.
She is the smartest person, or she's the smartest woman in a room full of also equally smart men.
Right.
She happens to be smarter than them.
Yeah.
And that's why she stands the test of time, because it's not that everyone around her is so dumb. They are in certain aspects of the movie, but you see the struggle of, no, I'm fucking right, and I have to stand up and tell you guys that you're fucking wrong. And she just gets outvoted, and it's not her fault, and it's not because everyone else is dumbass. It's because it really is. It's because every other person that she interacts with is so human and so relatable that because she's so smart and turns out to be right, that she stands out.
Yeah,
you see what I'm saying?
No, I got you. And I'm not saying it, but to me it helps kind of, and I'm not a woman, maybe at least not, you know, on the outside, on the inside. I try to relate as best I can. But like that to me is more relatable in the sense of like, I don't know. It's just weird because again, I don't know it from the inside, but I can only imagine that there's times it's like, no, I really am in this instance the smartest person in the room.
Sure.
And you guys are a bunch of fucking idiots.
Right. Yes.
But whatever. And it's like, and so it's almost kind of like, well, here we go again. And I think why a lot of people get upset with She-Hulk is, and like I don't understand the review bombings of like, oh, fucking woke, strong female lead, the MCU. You hear it all the time. And it's weird. Like we've said it on the podcast before. Like being a comic book fan, it's the best of times and the worst of times, because then you get idiots like that. And comic book fans have always kind of been very inclusive. And if you go against the grain with them, they can kind of turn on each other. That's just historically been like that.
Yeah. And so
it's
very, very divisive lines in terms of like,
that's not my Batman. Fuck your Batman.
Right. Yes.
And it is what it is, but it's kind of getting out of hand with like they feel like they're being forced this stuff, and like when it comes to like the super woke thing, it's like Jen Walters does kind of walk the fine line of like when she did the whole monologue about like, yeah, I'm better at being a Hulk. I repress my rage on it every single day because I don't know. Like that was a really good monologue. And they did somewhat kind of shoehorn it in.
I agree.
They did, But I understand that, like, dude, we only got 6 episodes. Like, we got to get to her being an adequate Hulk.
Sure.
So, did it feel a little bit rushed? Yes. Do I understand why they did it? And did they just say, this is where we're asking you to suspend your disbelief, not them turning green. You've already accepted the MCU that we have monsters and gods.
Sure.
Cool.
Right.
That part's you've already...
So we just got to get her to be the She-Hulk for as much time as possible, and you guys will keep tuning in. I get it. I get it.
So they did shoehorn it in a little bit, but in terms of the tone of the show, I think it's really funny. I think Tatiana Mansley is having a great time.
I think so too, yeah.
I like that they're turning it into a legal procedure thing.
See, that's kind of where I differ, because to me, the show is much more Ally McBeal than it is Avengers. And I'm not a fan of court procedure dramas. And so I don't really feel a connection to the show other than the shining moments where they sort of... It's very meta and aware of itself, and it makes jokes on itself, and those are the things that I like. But honestly, most of the plot lines, I don't give a fuck. But I'm not into the like court procedure drama thing. Like,
well, you watch Law and Order all the time, though.
Yeah,
is it for Ice Cube?
Well, but I watch Law and Order. I watch Law and Order SVU because Christopher Meloni.
Dude, give that guy all the statues.
I mean, he's been in every Harold and Kumar movie, and I guarantee you don't know who he is. Like, he's been in every single one. Major roles. And you're like, that was... Yes, that was Christopher Meloni. Mariska Hargitay, who is just fabulous and just beautiful, and the less I say, the better.
Good.
And then Ice-T. You know,
how does Ice-T, after 17 years of being on the air, still get surprised at the level of violence and sexuality? Every episode, he's like, so you're telling me there's a man out there
That's right.
You're stealing feet from people? And it's like, it's been 17 years, Ice. Like, how are we still surprised by this?
What do you mean these homeless men like to meet up dressed like horses and have sex with each other? Wow.
Yeah, don't. Anyways, huge derivation. There you go, check that box.
We got way off track.
Yeah, but
Marcus uses a word he doesn't fully understand.
Can use in context. Asked to define, I'd be in the ballpark. So go ahead and check that.
So just to sum it up, She-Hulk, like, it's fun, it's humorous. I really dig what they're doing, and I don't necessarily have a problem with the whole like feminism part of it, other than like there is a little bit of it hits the nail too squarely on the head and just keeps hammering it home, and I'm like, okay, like I get it, I understand, like the fact that she's able to be a better Hulk just because, well, I'm a woman and I have to deal with way more shit and stress than you deal on a daily basis, I feel like could have been something that was revealed over the entire series rather than just exposition dumping it into the first episode. So it's little nitpicky stuff like that. Like, I would have much rather the discovery of that revelation rather than just having it dumped onto me. And now
it's also at one point, and I'm not taking anything away from her, I have no problem. Again, nothing's going to stop me from a strong female lead, like from watching it. That shit's so stupid if you're like, oh, watch it because of that reason. But also a major factor is the fact that Bruce Banner himself even said, genetically, you are made to do this. Like, our DNA is only X amount of percent different because we come from the same bloodline. So you're like the perfect person.
Right.
Like, because I guess it got filtered through me into you. Like, your genetics are just different enough that you can handle this better than me. And it's like, well, it's because I'm a woman. And it's like, okay. Like,
sure.
They kind of gloss over that a little bit, but whatever. But I do agree it's a little bit too on the nose. Like, my problem, and again, I'm not trying to sound like, I'm not woman bashing. Like, it has nothing to do with that. But like, the theme even in Black Widow of the liberation of women.
Right.
It's thematically, it's a great theme.
Sure.
The problem is they executed it with absolutely zero subtlety.
Oh, yeah.
Zero subtlety. Yeah. And you're like, oh.
The whole time it's just like, men can't control women's minds. Men can't control women's. And you're like, okay, I get it. I get it. But also, you need to show me some cool shit.
Yeah.
And like, let me come to that realization over the course of 2 hours as opposed to like
the literal like freeing of women's minds. It's just like,
yeah.
Again, no problem with that thematically. I'm not saying it's a great. There's a rich tapestry that you could paint.
Sure,
whatever it is. But like you just hammered it home within the first 30 minutes, and then it's like, ooh, okay, I got it. So I guess that's my only little bit problem with She-Hulk, but. Again, I still enjoy the show. I think everybody's having fun. Again,
my main problem is just it's way more Ally McBeal than it is Winter Soldier or whatever. Like it. I don't like a good. I don't like a court procedural drama, and it's relying way more on that and its own whimsy than it is actual storyline. Like if you watch it episode to episode, and I've seen the most recent one, so like. Not a lot happens. There's no real conflict. There's no like big revelation of like I didn't know I could do this and now I know I can. Right. It's just sort of her like bumble fucking her way through success and being a She-Hulk, which is okay, but I need a little bit more.
It does get kind of boring in the sense of like Superman, where like the question never is, can Superman do it? It's like, of course he can.
Of course.
It gets boring after a while. Like, well, of course he's going to do it. He's Superman. But anyways, I dig it. The one part I dig the most about the show is in episode 1 when Titania showed up.
Uh-huh.
The comic book that we own, which I purchased, but again, it's a collective bargaining here at Whatcha Been Watching because Michael just lucked into having an awesome little brother.
Hey, our comic combat.
Yeah. But the issue that we own, it went up in value.
Hey!
Just because she showed up on screen.
Look at that.
Fucking Secret Wars number 3. High five. Boom. So yeah, that was my...
That's going to read real well on the podcast.
That was my favorite part of the series so far.
Just watching that being like...
Cha-ching! First appearance of Titania. Just got worth at least $10 more.
That's right, son.
Anyways, pushing forward.
So let's see. What else have I been watching? I finished all of Westworld season 1.
Did it finish strong?
It did. It finally tied together some certain things. I had talked about how I wasn't sure if they were playing with like dual characters or time travel or whatever. I don't want to give it away, but like they absolutely do that. Unfortunately, they also raise more questions, so now I have to go back and watch the entire first season.
Knowing what you know now.
Knowing what I know now. Which, blessing and benefit because it gives them rewatchability and gives me something to do, but also, like, fuck, that's one more thing I gotta do now.
So, I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't do it.
So, I'm at that point now where I don't know if I want to, like, go to season 2 and just be like, fuck it, just forge ahead.
Plowing ahead.
Like, yeah. Or if I really want to get into it and like dig the well and be like, but how far does it go, really? So it's that really like moment of truth type thing that gives me anxiety where I'm like, I don't know if I should, do I have time to dedicate to rewatching something I already kind of am not really interested in?
Yeah. Yep. Like, the monkey's out of the bottle.
The monkey's out of the bottle.
Can't put Pandora back in the box.
That's right.
And check that bingo box of random movie quotes. We're giving to you all cylinders this
Oh, I will say, in an effort to watch season 1 of Westworld, I accidentally clicked on the Westworld movie.
How was it?
Well, it took me about 15 minutes because I was a little bit inebriated.
It happens.
That I didn't realize that I wasn't actually watching.
Michael finished season 1, goes to the movie, he's like, man,
no.
They really cut the budget on season 2. Jesus.
No. This was like the second to last episode. I went to go like watch the second to last episode and literally was like, damn, like literally, like they cut the budget. Like,
long
this looks
flashback.
different. Yeah, this doesn't. What happened? Fucking like 15 minutes. I'm like, oh, that's James Brolin. Fuck. I fucked this up. Yeah. And then at that point I was pot committed, so I was like, well, fuck it. I'm watching Westworld at this point.
I'm in there now.
Yeah, so watch the Westworld movie, accidentally.
That's funny. Mike was like, man, they really cut the budget for season 2. Jesus.
I literally thought for the first 10 minutes that they were doing like an old TV commercial. So like...
Dope.
I didn't know. And then James Brolin shows up, and I'm like, oh, shit.
Yeah. Yeah, dude, I wish I would have been there for that one. Because I wouldn't have let you live it down. Marcus, come here. Is there something screwed up with those TV settings? Why is everything all old and not HD? Why does it look like I'm watching this through a tape of a tape on a VHS?
That's right.
What the fuck happened here?
Why do I have my TV setting to Grandma's HBO?
Right.
I made y'all a movie.
Oh, Lord. Anyway, so yeah. Are you going to go through season 2, you think, though?
Eventually, yeah.
You said eventually. Cut to 4 months later. Still not picked up that Westworld season 2. I read the book instead. Had a much better time. We will not do a What You Been Reading segment unless we're talking comic books. Fuck that. We keep our entertainment nice and lowbrow around here.
It was interesting because it was directed by Michael Crichton, and it's very obvious that it's a first-time director doing like all the stuff that he has always wanted to see. Like he has the classic Western ballroom brawl fight where like people are breaking chairs and bottles over each other, and like, but it just happened in such a weird place, and they put this weird like Benny Hill kind of music
like
behind
the ragtime.
Yeah. It's this weird like, you guys were just so the previous scene is they're talking about the validity of the park in terms of like, how do I know that if I can't recognize the difference between one of the animatronics or a real person, like how do I deal with that, understanding that like, oh, I just killed somebody, or maybe I didn't, or whatever. And then all of a sudden somebody breaks a bottle and it's just like, like, and it's this weird, like, funky, and they both look at each other and they're like giving each other the thumbs up, like, this is awesome, right? And you're like, wait a minute, what the fuck just happened? That was
that explanation exhausted me. Yeah.
You guys went from 5th gear to 3rd gear, and like nobody's gonna address that. Like,
that's
come
hilarious.
On. So anyway, so that's what I've been watching.
Nice.
Anything else? Yeah, I guess that's about it for me. You want to take a quick break? Hear from our sponsor?
Sure, we can do that. We'll take a quick break.
Okay. This break is brought to you by Wu-Tang Honey. It's in the hive.
It's in the hive.
All right. Thank you for our sponsor, Wu-Tang Honey. It's for the children. Dugga, dugga, dugga.
Old dirty bastard has now changed his name to the old broken honeycomb. Anyways.
Killer bees in effect.
Killer bees in effect. That's right. Wu-Tang's here forever. Anyways, yeah. Where'd we leave off? What were we talking about?
Well, we were talking about what you been playing, bro.
Oh snap! What you been playing? On my ongoing quest in our sub segment here that we do at What You Been Watching. Man, I bought a little bit of Marvel vs. Not Marvel vs. I'm sorry, Capcom vs. SNK 2 EO.
The precursor to the infamous Marvel vs. Capcom series.
No, it's a different. Yeah, well, Capcom and Marvel obviously are different than SNK. SNK is like King of Fighters and all the other shit,
sure.
Like Terry Bogard, and they have a Marvel section of that too. Which, when I was up at the video game store, they had another copy of Marvel vs. Capcom 2, but on PlayStation 2 this time, and it was so hard for me not to buy it. I'm like, I want it. But they do have an arcade cabinet, the 1-up arcade cabinet of MVC2 coming out, and I want to buy it, but it's all pre-sold out, of course.
I'm sure, like that. And it's what, like $8,000?
No, not even. It's 1-up does pretty reasonable packages, but I did get the
shout out to 1-up arcades.
Yeah. Which, by the way, sponsorship, please.
Thank you. Oh, we will shill so hard for you.
They did drop the Ninja Turtles Cowabunga collection. The 13 titles of original Konami games. I have not even opened it yet because, Michael, I want to play it with you.
Fuck yeah. Let's do that.
Much like Dr. Doom. This is the good thing, is that we don't have to fight over stuff like this. I have a philosophy that when somebody asks you, like, hey, who's your favorite Ninja Turtle? 1, don't pretend like you don't have one. Because
of course.
You do.
Of course.
2, if anybody, I don't know, like, don't hang out with that person. They're a fucking sociopath. Or they're just a people pleaser, and they want you to say what yours is.
Sure.
Or they're such a narcissist that they're just going to go against whatever you say, because then the attention will be on the turtle. And then they'll be like, well, it's not about me, so I'm going to be contrarian.
Oh, no.
So fuck those people.
I have a very similar policy, just to go on a mild tangent rant here. Whenever we get new servers at the restaurant, we always ask them 3 questions, and it's always, if you could be a sandwich for 24 hours, what would you be? What's your favorite dinosaur? And if you could fight anybody from history, who would it be? And here's the secret. It's not about their answers. It's about how they respond with their answers. Like, the way that you respond to those 3 random-ass questions tells me everything I need to know about the person you are.
Yeah, are you a gamer? Yeah.
Are you shy? Are you indecisive? Are you uneducated? All these things. Anybody who sits there and says, well, I don't have a favorite dinosaur is a fucking liar.
I think if you might say, I don't know. If you might say, I don't know, I haven't thought about that in a while.
But to say, I don't have one, you a liar. You
have one.
Of course. You may not know the name of it. That's okay.
Yeah, but
But if you can describe it, you win.
Yeah, I have a thing with like the Ninja Turtles, like I was saying. It's a personality. Excuse me, it's a personality test. Mm-hmm. If I ask you, you're like, oh, I'm Leonardo. It says something to me about your personality.
Sure.
If you're like, oh, I'm a Michelangelo guy, I'm like, if you're like, oh, I'm a Donatello guy.
Sure.
And if you're like, oh, it just says something to me about who you are as a person. And I always tell people, like, who's your favorite Ninja Turtle? And they say it. I'm like, oh, why? And they get shy. I'm like, there's no wrong answer.
Right.
But there is a correct answer.
Yes.
And the correct answer is Raphael. Let's just get that out of the way.
You're so dumb.
Anybody that knows that knows what's up. But anyways. So,
you don't know what you're talking about. This is all news and speculation. You decide.
But no, my friend, everybody that's a Raphael fan that I always tell people that, they're like, yeah, that is how it is. There's no wrong answer, but there is a correct answer. But anyway, so picked that up. Haven't opened it up yet. But I did get a Nintendo 3DS right before. Like, I know that they're closing down the Nintendo eShop. And I knew it was coming up soon. I was like, man, when is that going to happen? I picked it up August 28th. I jump on Google that night, and they're like, they are shutting down the eShop August 29th. And you can't even use a credit card, so I had to...
Just got in there,
so
baby.
I ran out to Wawa and bought a $50 Nintendo card and loaded up with the digital code and bought Dragon Quest 8 for $40 and Pokemon Crystal with the remaining $10. And I got a copy of Mario Kart 7 and Ocarina of Time. God, I spent too much money already. Ocarina of Time and...
I'm seeing you do the math
and a Fire Emblem game.
Like, right.
Yeah. But, no, but the copy of Dragon Quest 8, the hard copy, like, I got the digital version for $40. The hard copy of that game would have set me back crazy amounts of money. So I got in right on time. I'm very happy. It's one of my favorite role-playing games of all time. Big Dragon Quest guy. Shout out to John Chuck for putting me on that series.
Hell yeah.
But, yeah, so that's what I've been playing, kind of chipping away at that. Before that, I was on some GameCube, some Beautiful Joe, but I had to shut that down for the trip to Maryland because I couldn't bring it with me, so... But yeah, that's how I do though, man. I start a bunch of shit and then I'll circle back to it.
Oh yeah. You gotta put as many plates spinning as possible and then fucking decide which ones you want to keep spinning.
The thing is, I got Ocarina of Time on the 3DS. I'm already playing that on the Switch on the Nintendo 64 emulator, which I pay money every month for. It makes absolutely no sense, Michael. I have the game.
It's senseless.
I could go buy it on 64. I just saw it. I was like, I'll take it.
Yeah.
I have a problem. I have an impulse problem. But most people reap the benefits of it around me.
That's right.
So no, that's what I've been up to.
Hello, my name is Marcus, and I'm addicted to Nintendo.
Dude, I do. I do have a problem. I was at Target today, and they had like a Yoshi kids towel. It had like the little Yoshi thing where it has a hood, and then there's a towel attached to it.
Why are you not wearing that right now?
I would have. Okay, so I walk by and I see the little Yoshi hood, and I'm like, you got to be kidding me. If this has a Yoshi tail, it's getting in the cart right now.
The tail was the deciding factor.
Or if it was just a Yoshi, like the rest of the towel was just Yoshi, right. I would have bought it. The problem is that it was just the Yoshi hood, and then it had like this mosaic of Luigi and Mario.
Yeah,
and I was like, nah, man.
No. You ruined it.
They have shark ones. They have like alligator ones.
Right,
You buy them for your toddlers or grown men if you're Marcus. If it would have just been Yoshi, they would have made the sale.
Well, at least now I know what to get you for your birthday.
Yeah, Yoshi's
I get a straight up like Yoshi hoodie or something like that.
I'm with it. So yeah, anyways, another
complete with big old like googly eyes on the top.
Yeah, dude. I have a theory about where his bone structure is because are the bones of the eyes on top of the, or is it just mush? Do they just pop out of the mush?
Like a frog.
Yeah, so I don't know. But either way, that's enough of that. That's what I've been playing. So get back. We're all over the map this episode.
It's a true what you've been watching here.
I haven't seen my man in a long time. We're bonding. We're busy.
This is generally how, like, this whole thing started, was just you and me calling each other, like, separate states or late at night being like, just tell me everything that you've been doing. And just random rants and raves about stupid shit that we enjoy.
Y'all are lucky we're on the mic. If we would have been off mic, the rant about Yoshi's bone structure in his eyes would have gone on for another hour and a half.
That's right.
So you're like, oh, you guys are too loosey-goosey on the, like, this is a fucking reindeer. Like, this is a tight, like comedians have a tight five. This is a tight five for us.
That's right.
This is our Letterman shit right here.
That's
like,
right.
Fuck out of here. That would have gone on for another 42 minutes.
That's right.
Anyways, what have I been watching? I teased y'all last week about, or last 2 weeks ago about, Nope. The quick review.
Oh, yeah. Nah.
Nope.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. No, in all seriousness, though, man, Jordan Peele is really good at what he does.
Mm-hmm.
I will give him that. In love or hate the movies, you can nitpick it apart for plot structure or pacing or, like, I didn't like the twist or I didn't like this. The one thing you cannot say is the dude's not creative and original. Like, it's ultimately, I mean, not giving anything away. If you've seen the trailer, it's an alien abduction movie where stuff starts getting sucked up into the sky for various reasons. And it's really creative. Daniel, I always butcher his last name, Kaluuya, however you say it, is really good. Keke Palmer's really funny in it.
Sure.
Stephen Yen's in it.
Love Stephen Yen.
He's awesome. Yeah. He's not in a tremendous amount, but he's pretty good. But it's mostly those two. Golly, who's the guy who... he plays the president on Rick and Morty. Black dude, David something.
David Keith?
Yes, Keith David, yes. He's in it.
Oh, yeah, from They Live fame. Like, put the goddamn sunglasses on.
Yeah. He's in everything. I couldn't think of something. I was like, what's the most recent thing, Rick and Morty? He's in it. But it's a really, really original movie. Very creative. There's a twist in it that they outright tell you about halfway through the movie, and you're thinking like, oh, there's got to be more to it. Nope. That's it.
Yep.
And the way they say it is not like some dramatic like unveil, like there's tense music. They're just having a conversation, and they have this realization of what's going on together, and then it's just like it's about a little past the halfway mark in the movie, like a little bit before the third act starts, and you're just like, oh, that's the twist. And there's no build up, no nothing, and it's kind of like, oh. You just accept it and keep moving, but it's really cool. It's really well shot, very creative, very original. I don't want to give away too much. Michael may or may not see it. We'll see. I'll give him another one. I'll give him another 2 episodes, and I'll start really diving in. But I do recommend it.
So is the problem that they just show their hand too early, or is it that it structurally doesn't work? Like, had they told the same story but in a different sequence of events?
Here's the thing.
You know what I mean? Not different sequence of events, but like different editing sequence.
No, I got what I think I smell what you're stepping in. Here's the thing: is that when I've read reviews online, I've heard both of those saying like, it's like his imagination exceeds his grasp on this one, or all the parts of a phenomenal movie are there, but it's out of whack, and pacing is kind of a mess. I'm going to be real with you, and this is a good thing, when I first saw it, I knew that I liked it, and I've only seen it once now, and I'd like to see it again. I saw it, and then I was like, I don't think it's his best work, but I immediately wanted to watch it again. Okay. I wanted to run it back. Maybe not like immediately, but I was like, I definitely want to watch that again.
It's worth a revisit. Yeah.
Like you were saying about Westworld, not like the twist was so like, oh my God, like, and this is in the trailer, like, it is aliens of some function.
Sure.
Like it's not like, oh, it's a guy and a robot the whole time. Right, it's not like that. It is aliens.
Turns out it was Old Man Jenkins the whole time.
It's not some shit like that. But it's a testament in all of his movies, in Jordan Peele, all of his shots really mean something. And he's one of the few directors that I would really like to sit down with if I had like the opportunity to be like, you get to sit down with the director and pick apart his movie and ask any questions you want, scene for scene, frame by frame.
Sure.
He would be one that I would really, really enjoy. Because I think, like, even in, like, Get Out, when you see the rabbits and stuff like that, it's like, what's all this about, you know? And to him, it really means, or I'm sorry, in Us, like with the rabbits or whatever it is.
Right.
Like, it all means something. Like, what's the deer head about? And it's all everything is a choice. And this movie is also a love letter to cinema, just as a whole.
Okay.
And it's a black cinema as well. There's the whole thing is that the first moving picture that was ever distributed or whatever, and I'm going to mess up the backstory a little bit, but it's not that relevant.
News and speculation.
Yeah, news and speculation. They're talking about how the first moving picture of the cinema was of some bohemian man, a black man riding a horse.
Oh.
And it was like 13 seconds, and Daniel Kaluuya's his family were the ones that provided that horse, and nobody knew about that man. That man was a mystery for years, and that was his great grandfather or whatever it was.
Okay, so he has some weird like connection to like the history of cinema kind of thing.
Yeah, and so he runs his company H3 Horses, Hollywood Historic Horses, and so that's kind of how he gets. And so it's kind of a love letter to that, and the whole movie is based on how are we going to photograph these aliens to the point where you can't say, oh, that's CGI, oh, that's this, and
sure, undeniable proof.
Undeniable proof, yeah. And there's like, when the aliens are, and I'm not trying to, you can figure it out.
Sure.
But there's the reveal of how they try to get these shots is kind of what it is. But like when the aliens around, like cameras don't work. They just go out.
Okay.
And so it's this whole process. So it is kind of like this weird love letter to cinema in a weird way, and black cinema, and how important like black people were in the foundation, the very creation of it, and it's as what we know it now, and the evolution of it. So I would really like to see it again. I don't think that he does things by mistake. I think that even if he misfires, I think his misfires are very intentional and they're very purposeful to him. Jordan Peele, that is.
Okay.
So I definitely recommend
intentional in terms of like what do you mean? Like
like structure wise, or like every frame I believe means something. Like I was saying earlier, like, you know, like what's up with the rabbits or whatever. Like,
sure.
Even if it doesn't make sense to you, if you watch it and you're like, is this a big inside joke for him or something, or an inside reference for him? I think he knows exactly what he's doing. If it doesn't translate to the audience and it comes across as a misfire, it's either he missed the mark in telling what that's about, or he's just way smarter than us and is doing it. So, in my personal opinion,
like a David Lynchian kind of way. Like well, you just don't get it, or you got to watch it again to really understand it. Yeah. If you miss it, then watch it again, then you'll really understand it.
And I would be curious as to what is a misfire for him in his translation of what the importance is, and what is him just being smarter than us.
Huh? That'd be an interesting conversation.
You know what I mean?
But yeah, I could almost see that being with almost any director. Like, I would love to ask Kevin Smith. Like, you know, there's certain scenes that he did where I'm like, you really were going for something here, and for some reason it didn't work, or it didn't land. Like, what is the disconnect in your opinion? I don't know. That would be a really interesting series to get into.
I think, hopefully one day when we get the financial structure, we could do that here at Westworld.
Give us your Marvel money.
Exactly.
Give it to us. We will.
Yeah, we're shills. Just pay us.
Just pay us.
Or just keep listening for free. That's fine. We'll keep giving it to you. The thing about like Jordan Peele though is, you listen to Kendrick Lamar at all? Like, do you have any? A little bit even.
Yeah.
Okay, but if you've heard any songs, you can tell that what he did is he has a healthy appetite for hip hop that came long before him. You can tell that he was raised on a very healthy appetite of good hip hop.
Sure.
Love or hate the guy. Very much so Jordan Peele. You can tell he had a very healthy appetite of genre and Twilight Zone and horror movies and this to get where he is today. So he has a certain appreciation for it. And you can tell like, oh, he has the it factor when it comes to seeing these things just by his own consummation of it, you know?
Yeah. He definitely strikes me as somebody who wasn't necessarily watching whatever was popular, but he was watching whatever fascinated him at the time. I think he really stands out in terms of a movie creator, in terms of he tends to do a lot of homages to the things that he loves and the things that he grew up with, which I respect because why not? There's a reason why those things work, and I would love to see new directors and new writers spin on those same ideas and same tropes. You know, as long as it's good, fuck it, who cares? You know,
right.
As long as you're not doing the thing just to like try and capture the nostalgia of it, but like this is my version of the thing that I grew up loving.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, I want to bite at that apple.
Yeah. 100%. Yeah.
Yeah, he's just interesting. Like I say, you could just tell he had a healthy. He would have hunger for good cinema or weird cinema or genre shit.
Yeah.
So anyways, but Nope. Again, to wrap it up, quick. I'm not gonna give it a hour.
So summation of Nope. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Why not? Yeah, sure. Yeah. There you go. That's a good review. Pivoting off of that, what else did I watch? Oh, while I was, football season starting up. I did watch a little bit, and I've never seen one of these. They've been out for a while. I have a weird affiliation to the city of Detroit. The two guys that I was in a rap group with, shout out to the 3.5 Giraffes, the Poetic Devastator, and Detroit himself. So they're from Detroit, and our good buddy Glenn is from Detroit.
Sure, the D.
Yeah, I'm a secret Spartan, go MSU. So if you didn't know that. But
I've seen 8 Mile like 16 times.
I'll talk about 8 Mile in a couple episodes. But no, I do have a love for the city of Detroit, and I watched Hard Knocks, which is the NFL preseason. They do one in season with the team, and then what they do is like during the preseason they pick a team and they do like 4 episodes of them just following their training camp.
So it's like an ESPN series, basically.
It's an NFL films, but yeah, same thing.
Okay, sure.
Yeah, NFL, same difference. Yeah. I've been following the Detroit Lions, who are historically, shout out to Barry Sanders, my favorite running back of all time, but historically a pretty bad franchise. Like, they just are. Like, no disrespect. So I kind of root for them in the weird way of, like, come on, like, let's get your shit together, Detroit. Like,
everybody loves a good underdog story.
Yeah.
Or a good comeback story or whatever,
Yeah. So I've been watching that, and it's weird. I didn't know I would be invested in it, even the slightest bit, like, emotionally.
Mm-hmm.
But, like, there's stories of these guys that are, like, they're, like, rookies and they weren't signed and they're trying to make a spot on what every NFL team has to have a 53-man roster. And so they got to make cuts. Like, week 1, I'm going to pick a number, I don't know. You have 80 people that you have to have.
Sure.
And then by week, the first week of camp, you have to have down to 65. And then, down to...
And then down to 40.
Down to 60. And then down to 50. Or whatever it is. There's, like, 3 cuts that have to be made. And you find yourself rooting for some of these guys. You're like, come on, man. Like, you can do it. You can
come
make
on,
it.
Number 81. Come on, 81. I believe in you.
Yeah.
Fuck, he got cut.
Or, like, they'll end up not making the team, but they'll rehire them for the practice squad, which is, like, exactly what it sounds like. You practice against these people. It's like a developmental thing. And so you find yourself, like, rooting for some of these guys.
It's like The Bachelor or something like that. Where
Yeah. So, and some of the guys have really interesting stories, and, like, they or also some of them, like, NFL sometimes, and some of it's well earned, of like being this like thug whatever league, which whatever it, but some of these guys are really good dudes.
Sure.
Like genuinely, like it documents them hanging out with like cancer patients. I was watching. I kind of dove really deep into the Hard Knocks thing, and I watched the previous one that they did with the Indianapolis Colts, which was stupid because I know how it ends. Tragically, they don't go to the playoffs. But I watched the in-season one that they did, and there was this young man, number 23, out there in Indianapolis, and this dude was like hanging out with this young man who got cancer, and then like beat the cancer, like, and then like had it go into remission, and then it came back, and he passed away. And it was like a bummer, but like he stopped doing it like for charity. He was just like, oh, that's just my guy, like that's just my dude, and he like hung out with them. And then once the young man passed away, he still just like kept up with the parents and like had Thanksgiving with them.
That's cool as shit.
And it's like he ended up being voted into the Pro Bowl for his first time, and it was just cool as shit to watch because like it kind of offset some of like the like everyone's like, oh, these people are this and that and the third, but like he was like genuinely a super fucking nice guy.
Yeah.
And I was like, dude, I'm rooting for this guy. And like he made the Pro Bowl, and I almost like kind of teared up a little bit. I'm like, oh shit, like good things happen to good people, like. You know, he's an animal on the field. Like, he's, yelling and stuff. He didn't cuss a lot, but, like, he was a monster out there. But, like, the second all the uniforms and shit came out, was, like, sweet, docile man.
Yeah,
like, he actually gave a fuck and, like, used his platform for good. Like, stood out there, he's like, the only reason the cameras are here is because you guys are following me, but normally I don't do shit like this. Was, like, giving out toys and shit to people. Was just, like, went to a Kmart, was like, yeah, man, what you want? Like, I really don't care.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's cool.
And he's like, but I wouldn't have cameras here normally. Like, and I believe him. Like, I have a pretty high bullshit meter.
Sure. And that's the type of celebrity that I really appreciate. Like, whether you're an athlete or an actor or a politician or whatever, like, there's got to be a certain joy of, like, I get to do some really fucking cool shit because I am privileged, you know, like certain, like, an acknowledgement of, like, I have one of the greatest jobs in the world.
Yeah.
How do I turn that and not just use it solely for my benefit, but, like, just even a little bit of, like, community outreach or a little bit of extending myself to the people who put me in this position in the first place, you know? Like,
yeah.
There's a certain appreciation that, like, I really dig, and I think that those are the people that last in the business, as opposed to just, like, well, fuck it, I just got to get my next deal and get myself into the Hall of Fame, and then once I do that, then,
yeah,
you know, it's easy money street, and I can get a coaching job, and we're good, and then I never have to deal with these people ever again, you know, like.
Or just the worst type of people whatever, if the ends justify the means, whatever, but, like, when just people do nice shit just to look like they're doing nice shit.
Sure, like the clout chasers, and the Instagram models, and
it's like whatever, man.
Yeah.
So yeah, I got into a little bit of a deep dive with that, and then I was watching the current season that just finished of the Detroit Lions one. And it's like I was rooting for some of these guys, so I'll say this: I'm an Eagles fan, y'all know this, and I won't harp on sports too much, but Detroit Lions, I'm rooting for you. So get your shit together. I think you guys you came across as a very likable team, and I'm sure there's a lot of shit on the editing room floor that would make you look the complete opposite. Mm-hmm. But you look likable. New coach, fucking you guys seem fired up, and so look cool. So yeah, Detroit Lions. It was fun to watch. I never seen a Hard Knocks before, so
right on.
Yeah,
good to know.
And other than that, and I do have a question I want to pose you. I got onto somebody was talking about, I was on a work meeting and we started joking about the movie Old School.
Oh, what a great movie.
Michael, you just said it. What a fucking great comedy that is. Man, I hadn't seen it in a while. And I remember when that first came out, I was working at Sonny's Real Pit Barbecue. It was Mike Wins and I. And like,
talking about Musical Sonny's?
Oh, Musical Sonny's. You know about that Musical Sonny's. Shout out to Mike Wins.
Pulled
DJ Mike
pork,
Check.
Pulled pork. Baked beans, pulled pork, baked beans, pulled pork, baked beans.
Michael is, it's all my restaurant people. We had an alarm that would go off, and you had 4 settings, and number 1 was just 1 beep, beep. Number 2 was beep, 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 beep. And 3 would go beep, 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 beep. And one day my friend Mike Wins and I were in the kitchen, and we just heard the 1 beep, and the beep, for setting 1, we go, and that was baked potatoes.
Right.
So we just both yelled, bakes, and we had never talked about this before. And we both looked at each other and started cracking up. And we go, what's number 2? And we go, because we know what it is, and that was when you take the pulled pork out of the back and you smoke it for X amount, and then you pull it, and when you're getting ready to put it in the well, you have to put it in the oven. So 2 was...
Welcome to literally how the sausage is made.
How the sausage is made, yeah. And so 2 was beep, beep, and that was pulled pork. And 3 was our favorite. Those were the baby back ribs, and it was 3 beeps, and it was baby backs, baby backs. So we would yell that shit in the kitchen. That's how it became Musical Sonny's. But I forgot where I was going with that. Old School. Michael brought up Musical Sonny's, and apparently we have too many inside jokes. So.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to derail. You were talking about
Old School the movie.
Old School the movie, yes.
So yeah, back in those days when Old School came out, we would yell that shit in the kitchen. When the damn band is singing, oh, and I need you more tonight. I fucking need you more than ever.
Where he's just throwing in random curse words.
Yodelay, fucking, you're my lady. It's a great movie.
Welcome to the musical edition of Whatcha Been Watching. I'm your host, Don Cornelius.
Exactly. I'll be playing tennis on the moon with Pac-Man and Don Cornelius later. There's your Chappelle Show reference.
Hey.
All right. We got to refocus.
Okay. You were talking about Old School.
Anyways, yeah. So,
great movie.
We were watching Old School. Or I'm saying, we were talking about Old School at a work meeting, and so I went back and watched it. Man, I fucking cracked up all over again.
Yeah.
Like, that is such a heavy hitter of a movie that was slowly overshadowed by, like, Tropic Thunder and fucking Step Brothers and Walk Hard. But that movie, if you haven't seen it in a while, go back and watch it. It is fucking hilarious.
I mean, I mentioned this to you before. It was sort of the renaissance of Will Ferrell's career in terms of, like, he had been doing, like, SNL movies up to that point, or been guest starring, or had like bit parts or whatever. That movie really made producers and directors and the Hollywood elite look at Will Ferrell and be like, oh, we can just strap a movie to his back and we can make money off of that. Like,
yeah, a rated R movie at that too.
Sure. So like, that was a renaissance in his career in terms of it revolutionized and changed the whole dynamic of
the trajectory of
Sure, because he was always going to be the goofy sidekick friend in movies. The difference is that they learned that, oh, we can just strap the movie to the goofy sidekick friend and people will go pay money to see it because it's Will Ferrell and he's genius at everything he does.
Yeah. He really is. And it's not just that, but like Luke Wilson is really underrated in that movie. He's really fucking funny. Like between that and Idiocracy, he's a really good comedic actor.
Yeah, Bottle Rocket, all those good movies. Yeah.
And obviously, and then Vince Vaughn, just like if you ever forgot that he's a fucking funny dude in the right setting, like in the right setting, just wind him up and watch him go.
Yeah.
Like Swingers is one of my favorites of all time. Fucking Old School. It's so good. And Wedding Crashers.
Yeah.
3 like all-time comedy classics. So.
Psycho. Well, maybe not Psycho.
Yeah, he was flexing a different muscle in those.
Right.
That's right. But yeah,
his neck muscle.
Yeah.
You gotta watch Psycho to get that joke.
Yeah, but now I was digging. So I went back and watched it and was just cracking up the whole time. And then I got on the great director Todd Phillips. He directed Old School.
Yeah.
He also did the Hangover trilogy, which was like, hey, I did those. I never have to work again in my life.
I mean, so quotable, so memorable in terms of, like...
The first one is really good.
Oh, of course. 2
and 3 is a little bit of a cash grab, but whatever. I'm not mad at the guy. I'm not...
Did people show up to go watch the thing? So it kind of
$1 billion franchise.
Yeah, why not? Yeah.
So, and then he directed, let's see... Ended up doing The Joker, which is a weird pivot, after he did the movie War Dogs with Miles Teller and Jonah Hill about the arms dealers, which was a weird pivot. It's a good movie.
Yeah.
But it made me think his...
That's right, he did do The Joker. That's right.
Yeah.
The Joaquin Phoenix one. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
I totally... That's so unlike anything he's done before. That's such a weird departure for him. And to make such a big success out of it, like, that's astounding.
He's a talented filmmaker.
Yeah, I mean it's the highest grossing like rated R movie ever.
All time.
Like, yeah, I remember that because I lost that question, you motherfucker.
The School of Hard Knocks Office, which is a great title. But yeah, no, he also did 2 in my journey as a. This is all I watched these movies while I was up there. I went on a Todd Phillips kick and I watched Starsky and Hutch right after that, which he directed.
Sure.
And then I watched Due Date, which is love or hate the guy. Zach Galifianakis is a really good actor. Like he fucking really he is perfect in that. It's him and Robert Downey back and forth.
I think he's like Chris Farley in terms of like, you don't cast someone to do a Zach Galifianakis type. You just cast Zach Galifianakis. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah. But he flexes some serious chops in Due Date and it's still funny in it at the same time. Like, it's about, but either way.
Sure.
So watched Due Date, watched all 3 of those, and I realized that he directed 2 really good road trip movies, and I seemed to watch one of them before I took my giant road trip from Maryland to Tallahassee with goats and stuff in tow.
Yeah, I like how you just tied that back into the original, the first part of the episode. That was really clever right there.
Segway King, my friend. It's called a callback. One of his first movies that Todd Phillips did was Road Trip with Tom Green, Breckin Meyer, DJ Qualls. Very funny movie. Amy Smart's in it.
That's right.
And then he did Due Date, which is the road trip movie about Zach Galifianakis and Downey. Downey has to... I just love how I call him Downey. Robert Downey
like
Jr.
your buddy.
Yeah. They go cross country. Robert Downey has to get home to his pregnant wife who's about to deliver. And Zach Galifianakis wants to find a place to put the ashes of his dead father. And he carries them around in a Folgers coffee can. Hilarity ensues.
Sure.
But it's a really good road trip movie.
Sort of like a Odd Couple kind of...
Very much so, yeah. And Downey gets fucked up in that movie, too. Great movie, I haven't seen it. Really pulls on the heartstring about as Zach Galifianakis tries to let go of his dead father.
Sure.
And stuff like this. Really, he's a really, really great performance in it. I say all that to ask, with two great road trip movies, Michael, one, what makes a good road trip movie? And two, what are some of your favorite road trip movies?
Oh, okay.
So that was a long way to get there.
Sure. There was some leather on that question, but we got there. Let me answer your questions in reverse order, and then I can I'll give you examples of great road trip movies that I love, and then that'll sort of tie into how, like, what I think makes a good road trip movie. So some of my favorite road trip movies would be like Planes, Trains, and Automobiles.
Oh, hell yeah.
Which, I mean, John Candy and Steve Martin, just two comedic actors in their peak, playing off each other. It's so quotable, and it's so memorable in terms of just it's almost weird, like it's it's like a series of SNL sketches or a series of like CCTV sketches that just they're loosely tied together, but each individual scene is memorable on its own.
The underwear in the sink and stuff. Yeah.
Or like that. Yeah. Like, where's your hand? It's between two pillows. Those aren't pillows. Yeah. And even the final, like the climax of the movie in terms of like, I like me, my wife likes me. And
when John Candy delivers that.
Yeah. Like and it's this really heartfelt, really emotional performance by John Candy, who is, I mean, he was the Chris Farley of his day. You know, he was fat, stupid guy who fell down a lot. You know,
a little bit.
A little bit more wordy than but you see what I'm saying. So that was a great one. Let's see. The Blues Brothers is another great road trip movie.
Geez.
You know, goddamn Illinois Nazis. I hate Illinois Nazis.
Yeah. I haven't seen that movie in many, many years. Many years.
And it's a great musical in terms of just bring in all these great blues and R&B and soul singers, and just like, oh, here's a cameo from Ray Charles where he's driving a bus. And he's like, next stop, Cleveland Street, I think.
Yeah. I forgot about that. Yeah.
But then you have Aretha Franklin's...
Yeah, like everybody's on that.
Yeah. Just singing and you know, Rawhide and all of that. Let's see. I would have to say maybe tip top of my favorite road trip movies would probably be one of the Mad Max series. I'm tempted to say Fury Road, but also Mad Max Beyond Thunderdome is pretty good.
Yeah, you get Tina Turner in that one, right?
Mr. Raggedy Man.
Yeah.
Spin the wheel, break the deal.
Yeah, dude, she's the shit. All right, well, yeah, those are more than reasonable answers.
So in order to tie that all together, I would say that for me, what makes a good road movie is a conflict of interests that eventually meet, or meeting of interests that, by the very nature of the road trip, drive each other apart. To me, a road trip literally is all about the connection that you have with the person making the trip with you.
That makes sense. And you can approach it from two different angles of like, look at these people that can't stand each other having to find the greater good, or like, look at these people that started off best of buds and now hate each other by the end. Yeah, that's pretty much what it is.
Yeah. Because it just as someone who has made like, you know, I drove from California to Florida with my with shout out to MKD middle brother. But yeah, like very like I've made that road trip to where like you start out as best friends, like we're gonna do this and we're young and we're gonna conquer the great American unknown, and then by the time you reach second town, you're like, I can't fucking stand you. Why are you out of gas money? You're smoking all of my cigarettes. You're a piece of shit. And then you come back around and you have this weird Vegas thing that we can't talk about for various reasons, and then you sort of are joined in your hatred of each other in terms of like, I hate you, you hate me, but we're still on the road together, so we got to make nicey nice.
Yep.
And then by the time you come around back to your final destination, it's like, you know what? We went through some shit together, and whether or not we like each other or hate each other isn't necessarily the point of it. It's just that we went through shit together. It's like trench warfare buddies, you know, like you're a coward, I'm the hero, or I don't necessarily agree with the action that you've taken, but we have been through something that neither one of us can deny and not many other people have experienced.
Yeah. That was really, really well said, actually. No, I got no notes, man. I would say, yeah, it's because of the company, it makes it wholly unique. Where I could drive from the same destination, I could drive from California to Tallahassee, and because you did it with Matthew, and we could even hypothetically, let's just say, stop at the same stops. My experience doing it with a different person, or even if I did it with Matthew, would be vastly different from yours.
Sure.
And it just would be the mood, the everything. Like it would just be a different experience.
Yeah,
so.
the day-to-day interaction of like, oh, we managed to get a hotel together and we're all cool. And then the next, 24 hours is just like, why did you eat all the Slim Jims, you piece of shit? I wanted to have a snack. Or like, God damn it.
Yeah,
you're hungover and I have to drive now. And
I'm tired of driving for 18 hours now. Right. Get the fuck up and drive.
Right. Just like the mood changes literally mile to mile. And you don't understand necessarily the dynamic that you're in while you're there, but when you do the whole total road trip, for better or worse, you are inevitably changed.
Damn. Yeah, no, I like it. And yeah, I guess you're right when as it pertains to cinema, when that is captured of like, what is it about these two people that make, and you're right, there are tropes that do ring certain bells. And that they work, and you see them, stepped on and used again in different movies. But you're right, it's because the relationship even between the two actors is different.
Sure.
And it may even be, oh, this is the wacky guy that you can't stand for 5 minutes, and this is the straight-laced guy. But because of the interaction between the actors is different, even the basic plot points may be the same. You're right, it becomes a different movie because of that. Much like a road trip would that we were talking about earlier. Like, I could take it with the same person, and it's just a wholly different experience.
Right.
I think you're really onto something. I was always kind of wondering that because it was like, as I was watching it, I was like, man, Due Date is kind of trains, planes, and automobiles in a weird way. And Road Trip is kind of like, Jay and Silent Bob, Strike Back is a road trip movie.
Right. Yeah.
Much a la like Bill and Ted is in a weird way through time. Same shit, same trope, same basic plot structure. Right. But it's
two buddies going from point A to point B to make some sort of impact in their lives, whether like however much it matters. Like in Road Trip, it's literally just like, we're gonna get our buddy laid, or
no, we're gonna stop a sex tape video from getting to his girlfriend.
Sure,
same shit. Yeah,
sure. Or Jay and Silent Bob, like, we have this stupid mission to stop a movie.
Bill and Ted, it's like we have to graduate high school by this project. Like
right. So it's again, it's not necessarily about the places you go or the mileage done. It's about the interaction of the stopping points of like, well, fuck, we just stopped in at bumfuck Kansas and we both got offered meth at separate occasions twice.
Right.
You know, or well, shit, we had to bury a stripper in the Hollywood desert because, fuck, you really fucked up and I got your back, so...
Yeah.
These are all various experiences. I'm not necessarily trying to pin down specifics. I'm just saying these are things that happen on the road.
Allegedly, yeah.
Sure.
Yeah. No, I got you, man. We don't want to incriminate ourselves. We plead the fifth here at What You Been Watching. But no, you're right, though, man. I mean, not saying it's like an easy edit or like an easy write to write a road trip movie, but you're right. The only parts that we care about, if we did a full road trip movie, it'd just be people, for the most part, sitting in silence in a car or a plane for X amount. The only parts that we're interested in is if you can somewhat tell us where we are in terms of like, hey, we're still X days away from our destination. Or as long as you can see that progress moving in the timeline of like, oh, we stopped in this city and this happened. And then okay. But you fast forward a lot through now we finally got our rental car and we made peace. And then like usually the next scene is like somebody waking up in the car being like, oh, hey, wake up, buddy, your turn to...
Right. Yeah. Dumb and Dumber, that's another
Dumb and Dumber's a great
road trip movie. Yeah. But exactly, like it's not necessarily about the destination or even what the mission is. It's about the checking in about
the in-betweens.
We're 14 miles down the road. We're 110 miles down the road. Oh fuck, we have to backtrack now because such and such happened and we have to get this important piece before we go to our final destination. So it's really about it's about the miles in between. I don't know. That's what makes a good road trip movie.
That was really well said, man. I think we just, excuse me for the burps. I think we just figured something out there, my guy.
So next time we're gonna do What You Been Watching road trip movie.
We could watch one. Yeah, I'm down with it, man.
No. I mean, we go actually like make a road trip and do a What You Been Watching, like day 153. I just want to stab him.
Last night. Before I return home, I must find a new co-host.
It's just me and Angie now. Yeah. I don't know how to feel about this.
Yeah, exactly. Well, cool. No, I appreciate your insight on that, man. For real. I was thinking about that, though. Because I was like, man, formulaically, they're kind of the same. But
Sure.
Well, cool. Anything else you want to talk about, man? Or should we sign off or something?
Yeah, man. Let's give a shout out to Kesta, once again, for his song Always Bright. Real banger on that. And also you can reach us at Whatcha Been Watchin' podcast at gmail.com or search for us on Facebook at Dudley Bros Podcast.
Also search Whatcha Been Watchin'. And look for the very colorful banner.
Join the hashtag Legion.
That's right.
Help us build our galactic criminal empire.
That's right. On that note, I would recommend to you, go see a movie.
And I would recommend, go talk about it with somebody that you love. As always.
Deuces. Be good out there.
Peace, love, and chicken grease.